ever said that's so impossible. That's not supposed to go there. Doesn't know me well, 'cause I know that today holds more. Yeah, so much more. So much more. Yeah, so much more. Someone who says that can't be done.
What do you
Look,
do?
Bubby, we're gonna cook over this fire, okay? So we got our new Dutch oven right here. You wanna help me? Put these pieces of ham in here before we put our peas.
Let's get out my glove, Mom.
Well, you don't want to get ham on the glove. Let Daddy put them in here. Put the ham in here.
Need a fire.
So for Christmas we got a Dutch oven here, and we're gonna try to cook almost everything over the fire this weekend. So we got some pieces of ham in there, and we're just gonna kind of let that render out a little bit, get a little bit of that grease going in there. And then we got some zipper peas here I picked up on the way. Once that ham kind of cooks a little bit in there, throw these in there with some water. Should be pretty good stuff.
We gotta go in the woods. Mom, we're going in the woods.
And do what?
And find what we need to find. Look, we need all this water. A sauce animal. Oh, we do need water. And we can use your string.
Okay, so we learned that if you go up to the offices at all the state parks in Georgia, they have these little books. I'm putting in the wrong part. This is the one for Seminole State Park, and it's the Junior Ranger book. And I've seen it in all of the different stores that are at the state parks. They have this cute little vest and it says Junior Ranger, but I just thought it was for looks. I didn't realize they could actually earn badges. So they told me that if he finishes his book, he'll earn the badge from Seminole, and that there's 59 badges he can earn total. So it's really neat. It reminds me a lot of, I always bring everything back to Disney World, but it reminds me of Animal Kingdom, where you can get your little badges there. So, great fun thing to do.
There you go, we're not boiling quite yet. Gotta get better with my tools.
So tell us why you have moved it from the top to the bottom.
Well, this rack here doesn't go real low. If you come in a little bit here, I'll show you. And so we had it there and we couldn't get the peas boiling, so we put them right in the fire here. Hopefully that, yeah, there we go. Now we're doing.
Let me see.
Now we're doing something.
Oh, now we're doing something. All right.
So we got those going. Our smoked pork chops look good. Probably gonna take those and put those in some tin foil here in a second.
Ooh, those do look good.
Those are ready. This is fresh sausage, so we actually have to cook it. It's not like smoked sausage where we just warm it up. But it's getting close. May have a little sausage dog for a snack, and then wait on our peas and our pork chops there.
So you think those pork chops already done?
Yeah, they're smoked pork chops, so they were already done.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So we just put a little crisp on them over the fire, but liking what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah, it looks good. I like how these state parks have these grills already in.
Yeah.
That helps a lot, don't you think?
Yeah, it's nice when they got a little fire ring like this and everything. I got another little rig for Christmas to hold the Dutch oven if we don't have a fire ring. Excuse me, I got the hiccups kind of deal, but right here, I think right over the coals is the way to go. Get it boiling, get them done.
So we've spent $100 on wood to cook over the fire.
Well, the wind's blowing really bad out here, and so it's making this wood burn up really, really fast, and so gonna take a little more wood than it normally does.
Just an expense you're willing to make.
Well, gotta have a fire. I'm gonna get some. We got a big pecan tree at our house. I'm gonna get it cut, parts of it cut down, and hopefully have a good year or two supply of firewood. Save us some money on these camping trips.
Okay, good deal. Okay, So I wanted to talk about a few things that we got for Abram and Titus for Christmas that I think are really cute for kids. This is called Go Find It. It's a scavenger hunt. I'll show y'all what this says inside. Oh, the cards got all turned around. Titus dropped them earlier. It says things like go find something orange, something wet, red. It has all different ways, and there's different ways to play it. But it's just helpful when sometimes you're bored and can't think of something to say. And it's something the kids can, even if they can't read, they can see the colors and do it. Here's another thing I got for Abram that we really like. It's called Exploring Nature. And it has ideas in it, crafts, all sorts of little things. And it has some education stuff to sort of help him pinpoint what kind of trees they are, what kind of animals they are, bugs, so forth. So he's all into art, all into science and nature, and we just thought this book was perfect. I'll link it. It's from Amazon though. I'd actually first saw it in that store called Wonder that we saw up in North Georgia and just thought it was so cute. So we started packing it. I think I'll just leave it in the camper. It'll just be easier than having to take it back and forth. But so we got some crafts planned, some nature stuff planned, some scavenger hunts, but isn't this water just so beautiful? We found some mussels already, saw a cute little bird trying to eat inside of a mussel, so that was one of the boys' favorite things so far. Anyway, I'll show you guys some of our crafts once we make them.
Are you cold, honey?
I'm freezing.
It is pretty chilly. I always tell people in the South we seem like weenies when it gets cold because you know, 40 degrees down here, it just feels cold. And I've been up north, and it just 40 degrees up north is not as cold as 40 degrees down. You got all this moisture and humidity in the air, and so the phone says 42, but it feels like 35 or so.
25.
Because you got about 10-mile-an-hour wind coming off this lake right here.
Very cold, but I would like to say the pop-up is very warm.
Pop-up is very warm. Those Reflectix panels, those little solar insulation panels, have worked like a charm.
And someone gifted us an electric blanket, which I had never thought to use, and that has been brilliant. Yeah. I didn't really get to use it much because Abram's used it the whole time, but it's really nice.
Bubby has enjoyed it. It's not really big enough for a person. It's smaller. It's more kid-sized electric blanket, but
we are me, Tata, and Abram are.
So even though it's cold, and we probably definitely want to come back here later, it's been a nice little trip here.
Yeah,
we've had a good time. There's we'll talk about more of this on our review, but there's really nothing to do where this state park is. This is just kind of a duck hunting, fishing destination for most people. So not a whole lot to do around here. So if you come here, you better enjoy just camping and hanging around the campsite. But having this water right here is really, really nice.
It's just so pretty to look at, and there's really neat wildlife out here. Like there's birds, and I guess there's some sort of like mussels or clams.
Geese and ducks, all kind of.
Yeah, so you see the birds like swooping in and getting stuff. Y'all found a bunch of snail shells, which the boys think is the coolest thing ever. They have on their website, it says if their trail is closed. They have like a 2.2 mile trail that's closed because of Hurricane Michael, and you can tell that they're over in the trail area. There must have been some damage still from that bad hurricane. So instead of the trail being through the woods, it's sort of along the road, but it's still a nice walking trail. They have really nice cabins here.
Yeah, like big,
really
big
large
cabins. Like looks like four or six people could be in there comfortably.
2 or 3 bedrooms.
Yeah, when Hurricane Michael came through here, it did a lot. You can tell on the roads coming in where it used to be like really wooded forest areas. It just kind of looks bunch of just trees in half and stuff. I remember now. I had forgotten it was so bad here. But yeah, it did some pretty bad damage through here. But
I wonder if those little cabins are new.
They could be within the state park. The church, of course, I'm sure they cleaned it all up since, but there's still a good bit of pine trees in here. Not the most shaded place we've ever been, but there would be enough shade in some of these spots to make it through. You know, if you want to come here in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
There are a few restaurants. There's 1 or 2 restaurants up the road, kind of just for the duck hunters and fishermen. But we've done all our eating here. This is the first time we really hadn't eaten anywhere just but the campsite. We usually go get lunch at least once or dinner, but we've eaten everything here, cooking over the fire.
A lot of people have lake houses around here.
Yeah,
not
I've seen
this
some
particular.
lake houses. It's a weird lake. It's like not very contiguous. It's just kind of these little patches, and it's not like you can access the whole thing from any particular location. It's just kind of winding, and
You can't.
there's just all these little back roads. There's like a bazillion different boat ramps. I was riding around earlier when I went. There is a dollar store right up the road if you get in a tight and need some gloves.
I don't have them on right now. I've misplaced them.
Well, we had to go get the kids some gloves. They insist on not wearing
The same color.
'Cause,
Must be a different color.
yeah, so you can't just wear 2 orange gloves. You got to wear an orange glove and a blue glove.
And Titus, for the life of him, can't figure out how to get them on. And that, literally, you think he's lost his best friend. The fact that he can't get his fingers in those gloves. So I've really just purchased another piece of accessory that I have to struggle putting on them. So
The little roads around here are really good for riding bikes, but it's
Great.
been a little too cold for our kids to want to ride their bike, or me. Usually I go on a little bike ride when they're napping, and it's just a little chilly for that.
I do. So at first I was thinking, because we've been in so many North Georgia parks, I was like, oh, I miss the big trees and oak trees and feeling like really condensed in. But when we got here, it was so nice to sort of be able to see across the campsite so the boys could ride their bikes. So I felt like that was a really great kid-friendly option, is that the trees aren't so tightly packed in here that you don't have good visibility. I'm always thinking about, the children.
Yeah, we haven't seen any other pop-ups here.
Or any other kids.
A bunch of big, well, I've seen a few kids.
Oh, not little kids.
Bunch of big campers and big gooseneck type campers, big RVs. I did see one group over there tent camping. I know their hindies were cold last night.
I
really
think they're
cold.
tent camping with a ginormous camper next to them. Their friends have that giant camper.
Okay.
They're not just all tent camping.
They got a place to go get warm. if
Yeah,
they need
I
to.
think they just threw that out there to look they were camping.
I got you.
There's alligators here. Yet to spot one.
No, yeah, it's probably cold for them. I don't know where they are. But it was nice. This is, we'd never been here, but it's only, even pulling the camper only took me an hour and a half, and I stopped one time.
Well, I mean, you throw kids in there. No, I drove separately. It took me an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and I had to stop, I think, twice.
I had to stop. There's a meat store. It's kind of a deer process. They do all kind of meat processing there for people that have deer or chickens or any cows, any people that grow their own animals or kill their own animals. Well, they also have like a meat store and stuff. It's right between the little towns of Climax and Wiggum.
Have you ever been there before?
I have been there before, and it was busy. It's always pretty busy,
Really?
but they got really, really good stuff in there. And
That's where you got those field peas.
I got those peas and those smoked pork chops for last night. Unfortunately, they're not open on Sunday, or I'd swing back by through there on the way home. But the fact that I felt it's the first trip in a while where there's absolutely no chance of rain, which is nice. So
Thank
even though it's cold,
goodness.
no rain, which means tomorrow
It'd be so much easier.
it'd be easier to pack up. And since it's so close to home, we don't have to be in such a hurry
Right.
to get back.
Right. Because it's hard when you're far away, you get back, you have to unload, and then still get ready for the whole week. So it's nice to know that it's not too far away. This is probably the camping trip, I do want to mention that, where we've spent the most time in the pop-up. Because it's been so cold.
Yeah. Usually I sit out by the fire at about 11, but I got inside last night about 9 and worked
I was
on my
already
laptop
asleep.
for a few hours.
I was already asleep by 9.
It was it wouldn't be that bad if it wasn't for this wind, this spot right here. I don't know if some of the other spots, I just feel right, we're like direct hit right where we are, although I do love this spot, number 8 here. I feel like maybe some of the other spots wouldn't be quite so windy, but being on the water, there's a huge advantage to that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think people must swim in this lake. Because there was a sign that says no swimming at dark or in the morning. This would be a great place for spring. You know?
Yeah, I don't know if you might can tube out there. I don't know with the gators and stuff if you can do that. But I was showing them earlier on a clip that how clear the water was.
Oh,
down
it's
there.
so clear.
You could at least get out there and wade around it a little bit, probably.
For sure. So, but it's been an extremely nice and relaxing trip.
Very nice and relaxing.
I feel like we've simplified more and more. You know, like each trip, you sort of take less and less and less.
And cooking over the fire is we don't have to take as much stuff since we're doing that too now.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
And when you bring 2 vehicles, it just seems like you got less.
Yeah.
Because you don't have just my truck loaded down. So
That's very true.
That's worked pretty good as well. But we'll be sure to do an official review and give it an official score on the next video. But we're having a good time so far, and still got not quite another full day here before we leave. So plenty of fun stuff to do. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell notification button, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, 'cause I know that today holds more. Yeah, so much more.